Good afternoon. Today we are going to talk about CBX Buyer Locator. This is a tool that is available in the Desk platform, the Coldwell Banker corporate tools that are available to you as part of a Coldwell Banker brokerage agent. So log into mycbdesk.com. It'll be your first name dot your last name at coldwellbanker.com with whatever password that you have set for that. So here we are at the desk dashboard. I've arranged these tiles to suit my needs. You can click and move these around like a smartphone, so yours will look different when you log in. You can arrange these however you see fit to make it as easy as possible. The tool that we're going to use today is CBX Buyer Locator. This will give you neighborhood data about a specific listing. This is a really good tool to have looked at and printed out the information before you go on a listing appointment, because it gives you all of like the nitty gritty Big Brother is watching demographics of a specific neighborhood by zip code and things like that. So it's a good tool to bring to show that you really are a neighborhood expert, that you know who lives here, who's interested in living here, and how to reach those people that possibly would want to move to that specific area. So let's take a look at Buyer Locator. Okay, so here we are. Now, this Buyer Locator tool used to be part of the listing presentation application. Then they realized that everybody was just navigating to this tool to use it specifically and not using the listing presentation, so they extracted it. So they actually were paying attention. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in your property address. As a default, I tend to just use my home property address, but we can use whichever ones we want. This is one that's in Fresno. You can download this report straight from here. It's like a 3 or 4 page report and print it out straight from here, or you can just look at it. So taking a look at East Clinton Avenue in Fresno, the zip code 93727. So it tells you the average age of the residents, which is about 32. 42% of those homes have children. The average commute time is about 21 minutes. So that also tells you that people may be working in, Clovis, or they may be working in, Visalia and commuting or something like that. They may be living in a different place and commuting to, or working in a different place, like working in a different portion of the city. So that helps you give you a radius for advertising. Total population and families, average household income, and the average education reached and things like that. So it really does give you like a dialed down snapshot of who's living in that area. It tells you a little bit about the financial profiles of the people that are living there. Anything that has this little eye with a little blue circle on it, that'll give you a little bit more information so you can describe what that is. The facing challenges under the financial profile means consumers in this age group are facing challenges and all the realities of the current economic situation, spending less, outlook, spending less and not optimistic. So it'll give you a little bit more information about that particular person that's living in that neighborhood. The only problem is these little info buttons don't show when you print out the report. So it's better if you know what they mean ahead of time in case somebody asks about it. It also will give you of the people, the total housing units in that zip code, how many are vacant, how many are rentals, and how many are owner occupied. So there's actually a fairly decent high amount of rentals here. So this property may be considered a rental property or investment property for clients. And depending on the property itself, I don't know what house looks like. You could position it as such as an investment property based on the demographics and the information in the neighborhood. And then you can see where people are likely to buy within 12 months. The highest profile match is right there in Fresno in that specific area. So you can see the top 10 profile matches. So it matches like the demographics and the financial information of the people that are there, of other areas that people are likely to move from to go to that area. And it'll show you like their most visited websites and things like that, if you want to consider, and what times a day they're visiting all of those types of things. So that helps with your advertising as well. For average commute time. So the top match is in Fresno, but you can see that there's lots of other matches as well as far as demographics go, like this Bellflower, California is a pretty good match for that one too. So this is all this information that you might want to consider printing out and bringing to listing presentations ahead of time, because it really does give you a good snapshot about what's going on in a specific neighborhood. So, and again, if you wanted to download that, you would just hit download up here, or export the report, I guess. Once complete, your export will be available here for up to 3 weeks. Cool. So it's building the report for me right now, and then I'll be able to download it straight to my computer and then print it from there. So that is the Buyer Locator tool in Desk.